Hello everyone, my name is Troy and welcome back to the KotLC Fanbase. Today I've got a huge video for you guys. I'm going to be ranking every KotLC character in the series. Of course, this video would be like 2 hours long if I included every single character, but I did collect the 50 most important ones and I ranked every single one of them 1 through 50. Also, good news, we are live streaming today from 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern time. I'm super excited to chat with you guys because you guys bring so much fun energy. This might be a longer video, so I'm going to jump straight into it with number 50. Please do be sure to leave a like, subscribe down below, and let's get into it. At number 50, we have got Lord Cassius. Cassius is easily the most hateable character. I don't think there's any redeeming him at this point. He's just been an awful father, and he gave Keith so much trauma that it's really catching up to him in the series. I hate to see that Keith can't just have two loving parents. I hope we can all agree on that. Number 49 is King Dimitar. He is just the most despicable creature in this whole series. Like, I don't even want to call him a species or an intelligent species. He is despicable and I just do not like him at all. The idea of him makes me shudder. I hate him. In 48th, I put Alvar because Alvar is just the worst villain. He just does nothing for the Neverseen. He's just kind of their little pawn that they can just move around. I don't think I ever sympathized with Alvar before we even learned he was in the Neverseen. Number 47, we have Alina. Alina is just also a very despicable person. The fact that she tried to break up Alden and Della's wedding is horrible. I hate it. And Alina has been really mean to Sophie recently. Like, she used to be such a nice person to Sophie, but something just made her switch when she became a counselor, and I have just hated her ever since. In 46, we have Alden. I feel like Alden is definitely evil. It is despicable to step into your child's romance. A lot of people still don't know that because they don't have the exclusive edition, but Alden literally visited Keith and told him to stay away from Sophie. I feel like that's irredeemable. 45, we have Vespera. I feel like Vespera doesn't really contribute much, and I feel like the series would have been totally the same without Vespera. And number 44, we have the most annoying character, Vertina. I just can't stand all the comments all the time. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it. That's what we learned in school, right? Number 43, we have Timken. What an annoying person. And number 42, we have Prentice. I feel like Prentice was such an important person, and then Shannon has put him just in the trash. Number 41, we have Stina, another just annoying character that is going to be in the bottom of my list. She's redeemed a little bit. She's gotten a little bit higher since like Team Valiant and helping Sophie, but still can't get over the mean girl, annoying character. And in number 40th, we have Councillor Tarek. He was super nice, but I feel like he could be more helpful. He's a nice dude, but like I said, he just kind of stands around, does nothing. I wish he would help Sophie more. Number 39, we have Wiley. I'm not a huge fan of Wiley's personality. I mean, he has gone through so much loss, and so we shouldn't expect him to have such like a fun and optimistic personality, but he is very like sulky and gloomy, even more than Tam, I would say. And he's also a little bit older than the other characters, so I feel like we can't get that fun connection that we have with her other friends, but I'm glad to see Wiley helping out in some of the recent books. Number 38, we have Orelai. Orelai is a character that I kind of expect more from. It was a little bit obvious that Orelai was Sophie's mom, but it didn't really click until she was Sophie's mom. It was kind of crazy. Number 37, we have Marika. I wish Shannon would integrate her more into the series. I feel like even in Stalloon, Marika kind of took a backseat, and I wish Marika would just have her moment to shine with her Cineopath power. Number 36, we have Tam, one of my least favorite characters out of Sophie's friend group. I don't love the bad boy emo character type. I've never loved it. Number 35, Morella. Morella is a girl boss. We support her, but she just doesn't have super big impact on the series. I love the pyrokinesis, super cool, but the falling out made me think less of Morella. And number 34, we have Fitz. Fitz isn't going to be super high on my list, unfortunately, because of the things he said at Sophie. He does have some anger issues. I don't know why people disagree with that sentiment, and I think some therapy would definitely be very good for Fitz. Woo! 33, we have Roy. Roy is a little bit better than some of the other villains, but also he's just very mid-level, you know? One step above Roy is Gethin, and Gethin has a little bit more feist to him, but overall, I don't think he contributes much to the series, unless he were to be like Sophie's dad. 31, we have got Blur. I love the collective members so much, but they need to be a little bit more involved in the series. They've taken a step back, and I want them to focus in. Number 30, we have got Tinker. Tinker is such a fun person, and I really love and adore her, but I wish we would see her more. 29, we have Julene. Julene is such a great mom, but I feel like she's not as good as the other moms because she's been hiding that aspect of herself, and you can tell it had a really big impact on Kessler, which I hate because Kessler deserves the best. 28, we have Della. I have no qualms with Della. I love Della. I support Della, and I hope Della can do better than Alden because I don't like Alden, and I feel like Della deserves more. 27, we have Tiergan. Tiergan is a great mentor to Sophie, and he really just has guided Sophie along the way and just been helpful, and so I love him for that. In 26th, we have Livy. I really liked how she kind of stepped up and let Amy stay in her apartment. I thought that was super cool. Love that, and she is a really cool, like, kind of guardian. In number 25, we have Finton. Finton is one of the best villains. I love the pyrokinesis. I love the motivation. In number 24, we got Sandor. Sandor is definitely not the best bodyguard, but he was there from day one. He's loyal. He's always there to protect Sophie, even if it gets annoying, and we have to support him for that. In number 23, we have Dex. Dex is kind of a mid character in my opinion, but I think Dex has lived a hard life, so we gotta support him even if he's not the best. Number 22, we have Lynn. I love Lynn's ability. She was a little annoying in Stellar Loon, so I demoted her a little bit, but I think that Lynn overall as a character has been very sweet, kind, and compassionate. Number 21, we have Kessler, one of the amazing KotLC dads. I love Kessler so much, and he really shows that being talentless is cool. Number 20, we have Jency. It's such a shame that he hasn't developed his ability yet, but Jency was there for Sophie from day one as well. And even though we haven't seen him a lot in the series, every time he makes an appearance, it's amazing. Number 19, we have Grizzle. Grizzle is definitely a top tier bodyguard. I love the little romance between Grizzle and Sandor, and Grizzle is so funny. Number 18, we've got Grady. Grady's an excellent dad, and I love him so much. I'm so glad that Sophie picked to choose to live with Grady and Edeline. And similarly, in 17, we've got Edeline. It's hard to really compare Grady and Edeline. I just think Edeline has been really nice to Sophie, especially in Stellar Loon, so she gets that edge up. In number 16, Forkle is one of my favorite characters. Even though he's been a little bit distant after the death of one of the twins, I just really loved them too so much as they helped Sophie kind of adjust into the world. Number 15, we've got the Disney triplets. How iconic. I love them so much. I'm really sad about the one triplet that did not get the ability, but I love how they wreak havoc everywhere they go. Number 14, we have Ro. Ro is obviously one of our favorites. She adds a comedic relief to the series that is so necessary, and I love every scene with Ro. Number 13 is Amy. Amy is such a fun sister. It was so awesome for Amy to have the experience to get to know Sophie's life in Lost Cities and fly on the Alicorns and stuff. Number 12 is actually Rainy, a new character, but an iconic one. Rainy is bringing so much to the series already, and I can't wait to see more from her. Number 11 is Bronte. I know this might be a little controversial, but I love Bronte. He was a tough nut to crack, but once Sophie got to him, he has been kind of like a father figure to her, and he's been so kind to Sophie and just a great mentor and role model. Number 10, we've got Iggy. Iggy is iconic. I love Iggy so much, and I love how we get to see his transformations every book. That's such a special part of the series for me. Number 9, we have Ella. Ella has been there from literally day one. Ella is just always gonna hold a special place in Sophie's heart and Shannon's heart, and so it's really important to have that in the series. Number 8, we've got Gisela. Gisela is one of my all-time favorite characters. Not because she's a bad person, but because she's such a good villain. She has this like sick and twisted mind, and she's really driving the plot forward, and I love her for that because she is what makes the series interesting. In number 7, we have Kenrick. Kenrick was awesome, and I really hoped Kenrick and Orlai would work out, but it didn't. R.I.P. Kenrick, but he was such a strong figure in the series, and I'm so glad that he got all of the honor when he died. Number 6, we have another really inspirational figure, and that is Kala. Kala was one of the most kind and compassionate person that we found throughout the series, and her sacrifice is always going to be remembered. In number 5, we've got Sophie herself. Sophie has driven the series forward, obviously, and she's adapted to so much change in her life, and that's really inspirational to me because a lot of us as teens are growing and changing, and we can see that in Sophie, and it's really cool to see how she's really stepped into her her role as the leader in Stellarland. Number 4, one of my favorite characters, Elwyn. Elwyn is so amazing. He's always been so kind, so nice, and I just love every scene with Elwyn, and I hope that he is Sophie's father just because he's amazing. Alright, we are down to number 3, and number 3 is Sylvanie. I love Sylvanie so much. Sylvanie always brings so much excitement into the series, and she always seems to help or save Sophie in times of trouble. I aspire to have Sylvanie's just absolute utter joy. Number 2, Biana. Biana is just amazing. I love Biana so much. Biana is so funny. She is fashionable, and she's such a great friend. I know that Sophie and Biana had a rocky start, but Biana has proven to be one of the coolest characters and one that I would love to be friends with. In number 1, I don't think this is gonna shock anyone, but Keith has always been my favorite character from the first time we met him, honestly. I think Keith is someone I relate to the most within my own circumstances, and Keith is also just able to bring so much light into the series even though he's been struggling so much throughout the whole series. Keith is amazing and he deserves the world, and that's why I love Keith so much, because that's the one thing that Keith wants and he's finally getting it. But that is my ranking of all 50 KotLC characters. If you stuck around till the end, thank you so much. Please do leave a like because I put a lot of work into this video and doing that ranking. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. Make sure to comment down below some of your favorite characters and your least favorite characters. I'm really curious to know. But this was so much fun. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye. Love you so much.